Hey guys, Helen Hart-Smith here again from the Heart of the Witch's Path YouTube channel. Hope you're having a good day. I am coming at you with another book review. The book that I'm going to be reviewing today is When, Why, If by Robin Wood. This is actually a book that I read recently because we're considering it as an ethics teaching tool for our students. And so this book is copyright 1996. We're about 175 pages, but there's some appendixes afterwards. And I'm not sure like what this retailed for. I don't have, the price isn't showing up on here. It was about $15, I guess. I found it at a new age store that I love, Mother Moon's in Saugatuck, Michigan. This book is still available. I will put a link in the description box to Amazon if you wish to purchase this particular book. So as I said, I was looking at this book. Kathy read it some time ago and recommended it. And we, as I said, we were looking at a resource to give to students to, in talking about ethics. And I have to say that I'm not super excited about this book, unfortunately, because I really wanted to like it. I think that the idea is sound. I think that ethics is something that we don't necessarily talk enough about when it comes to the craft in our practice. And I know that everybody's path is individual and their own, and there's different kinds of paganism, different kinds of witchcraft, different kinds of, even within all of those little circles, there's different, it's a different thing. But I think that ethics is definitely something that we as witches especially need to kind of have an understanding of what our own personal ethics are. And so that's what we were looking for a resource for. I think the framework for this particular book is really good, but I think that I was disappointed in the carry out of some of the chapters. So let's talk about the breakdown. Robin Wood, who, yes, this is the Robin Wood famous for her tarot deck that Kathy has. I do not. But Robin's approach to this book was taking basically 8, well, no, I guess it would be 9. Or, excuse me, 7. My numbers are all over the place. I'm sorry. 7 ideas as far as things to think about ethics-wise. And so she devoted a chapter to talking about ethics for these topics. So the topics involve honesty, self, love, help, harm, sex, and will. And so I agreed with the setup of the book, and I think that those topics are really great ones to start talking about your personal ethics with. Where I had an issue with is I think it had a lot to do with the writing style, and I think that in some cases there was a lot of like storytelling about subjects instead of actual discussion about, for instance, sex and what should be appropriate and what shouldn't be appropriate. Okay. And I know, again, it's a personal thing. And so we have to think about how these subjects kind of work with our worldview. But there were two chapters in particular that I thought were completely worthless because there wasn't enough there. There wasn't enough substance there to give me any kind of information to move forward on, if that makes sense. What I did like, and what I am hoping to take from this book, is that at the end of each chapter, she had a list of questions for you to answer. And so I thought that was really helpful, and that's definitely something that I can take forward and present to my students. So, for instance, the chapter on honesty, some of the questions that she posed was to define honesty. What does honesty mean to you? The thing I am most likely to be honest with myself about is ... When I am dishonest with myself, it is usually because ... I have no problem being honest with myself about ... So things like that. I can talk to anyone honestly about. So there's, I guess, maybe roughly 10 questions at the end of each chapter. And one thing that I thought was interesting was that she encouraged you to read the entire book and then come back and look at the questions and define them. So she kind of wants you to almost, she wants you to read the book and then go back. Yeah, that's what I want to say. I do want to point out too, I was really in awe of the pages. The pages are really pretty with that design around the text and stuff, but it made the text like really small. I thought, oh, with that much text on a page, maybe I'll read it quick. I did not, because the text is so small that it was a little bit more difficult to read. So all in all, yeah, I'm not super impressed, and I'm on the search for a better ethics book. So if someone has one that they would like to suggest, I'm totally open. I know that I've read some books where they have chapters that cover ethics, and that's all very well and good, and I've read certain things and stuff like that, but I was looking for a book on ethics specifically. So unfortunately, I'm going to be generous because I hate doing one broom. But out of 5 brooms, I'm only going to give this a 2. Like I said, the framework was good, and I liked the questions at the end of each chapter, but some of the information was kind of worthless. So 2 brooms, that's it. Have you read this book? When, Why, If? If you've read this book and you have a different impression of it or opinion of it, then I'd like to hear about it. Let's talk about it as we do here on the channel in our discussions and such. As I said, if you know a book of ethics, I'm looking for another one. I think that's it. So if you enjoyed this video or learned something from it, thumbs up. Yay, please. If you haven't done so already, hit that subscribe button. I'd like to have you come back here and check out what's shaking at the channel. There will be lots of links in the description box for social media, like always. So be sure to check out the Facebook page, my Instagram, Kathy's Instagram, things like that. That's going to be it for this video. Thank you for watching, and thanks for taking the time to walk the path for a little while with me. Until next time, blessed be.